With the box office landscape constantly shifting, it's rare to see an original film make such an explosive impact, especially one rooted in horror, a genre often dominated by sequels and established franchises. But Ryan Coogler's supernatural thriller Sinners has defied expectations and rewritten the rules, carving out a monumental place in cinema history. Surging past multiple records in just over a month, the film has catapulted into the ranks of the highest-grossing horror and R-rated films of all time, and it's not done climbing yet. Made on a production budget of $90 million, Sinners has now earned over $320 million globally, a staggering return that's more than tripled its investment. With $244 million coming from domestic ticket sales alone, the film has resonated especially strongly with audiences in the US. That kind of performance is rare for a horror film, let alone one that isn't a sequel or part of a pre-existing cinematic universe. Sinners now sits at the number 9 spot on the all-time global box office chart for horror movies, recently surpassing genre titan The Conjuring. Just ahead of it are A Quiet Place and Hannibal, and the film is on pace to eclipse them both. It's a narrow race, $14 million more, and it takes the number 8 spot, $30 million more, and it hits number 7. But horror isn't the only arena where Sinners is flexing its dominance. The movie is now ranked number 72 on the all-time global chart for R-rated films, with its US earnings alone placing it at number 12 among the top domestic R-rated films ever released. Just ahead is The Hangover Part 2 at $254 million, a number Sinners is poised to match or exceed in the coming weeks if its box office legs hold steady. For comparison, the reigning champ on the domestic R-rated list is Deadpool and Wolverine with $636 million, a monumental target, but even to be in the same conversation illustrates how exceptional Coogler's film has been. Sinners' success is not just a product of genre appeal or high-profile casting, though those certainly helped. Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld headline a talented ensemble that includes Miles Cotton, Jack O'Connell, Saul Williams, and Anne Renee Ward-Hammond, each adding depth and texture to the film's chilling narrative. The story itself, steeped in supernatural horror but layered with historical fiction elements, sets it apart from typical genre fare. This fresh approach, along with a gripping screenplay and strong word of mouth, has turned the film into a must-watch cinematic event. The recent surge in box office numbers may also be attributed to its IMAX re-release from May 15 to May 21, which offered audiences another opportunity to experience its eerie visuals and sound design on the big screen. IMAX runs often act as shot-in-the-arm extensions for successful films, and for Sinners, it appears to have reignited a wave of interest and ticket sales. With continued theater presence, especially in premium formats, the film is likely to keep climbing both horror and R-rated box office charts. Another impressive aspect of Sinners' run is its performance as an original screenplay, a rarity in the modern box office climate where adaptations, reboots, and sequels tend to dominate. The film's historical fiction roots, creative supernatural elements, and character-driven storytelling have appealed to both horror aficionados and general moviegoers, drawing in a diverse audience. For Warner Bros., this marks a significant win and a notable milestone in its portfolio, as few original scripts reach this level of commercial and critical success. As it stands, Sinners is already the third highest-grossing horror movie of all time at the domestic box office, only trailing behind the classics at $328 million and Jaws $273 million. While overtaking those top two spots would be a formidable challenge, its current placement is a testament to the film's widespread appeal and staying power. And the story isn't over yet. Though its theatrical run will eventually taper off, fans won't have to wait long for its home release. Sinners is expected to arrive via digital streaming on demand on June 3, followed by a debut on HBO Max's platform in early July. This will undoubtedly bring in a new wave of viewers and spark renewed conversation around the film's themes, performances, and chilling atmosphere. Ryan Coogler has already made a name for himself through critically acclaimed and commercially successful films, but with Sinners, he's entered a new league. The movie's performance across multiple box office categories, not just horror or R-rated, but also in terms of live-action original screenplays, underscores its cultural significance. In a cinematic landscape dominated by intellectual properties and franchise fatigue, Sinners stands as a bold reminder that original stories, when told well and supported by visionary direction, can still break records and capture imaginations. Whether or not Sinners continues its meteoric climb, it has already earned its place in the history books. With more than $320 million and counting, a successful theatrical run, and an eagerly anticipated digital release on the horizon, it's clear that Sinners has made its mark not just as a horror film, but as a cinematic phenomenon.